Hello and welcome to the Beyond the Film podcast. I'm your host, Nick.
And I'm your host, Oliver. Today, we'll be looking at some films that we've recently watched, like Tenet by Christopher Nolan and Akira by, I don't know who. Who's Akira by? Is it like a big dude or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What does the big dude mean?
No, like the dude that did the Ghibli stuff.
Oh, Miyazaki.
Yeah, that one.
No, I don't think so. I think it was by, I don't know.
No, I know it's not by him, but like...
I can check it. Just wait. Katsuhiro Otomoto.
Oh, of course.
Very famous man.
The big man. Okay.
But we'll do Tenet first, eh?
Oh.
So Chris Nolan's Tenet, would you like to talk about that? Introduce it, I guess?
Well, when I first saw it, I thought it was like extremely good, right?
Yes.
But now I'm thinking that it's not so good.
Interesting.
Like it's sort of as I've sort of thought about it over the weeks since I've seen it. It's just I don't know, and especially with all the points made against it, because a lot of people are expecting it to be one of his best, right?
Well, I mean, he's got an incredible track record in terms of good movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I had high expectations.
Yeah,
His previous movie was Dunkirk, which was awesome.
yeah. But I just think that the sound design that was really weird because it was so loud.
Well, obviously the movie isn't total garbage. There's a lot of stuff to like about it. A lot more that I don't like about it than I like about it, but still. I mean, like, all of the practical stuff is amazing. Like, the fact that they crashed a real plane, like that, because that's in the trailer, and they crashed a real plane to that hangar is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, crazy stuff. And, like, a lot of the action sequences would have been pretty hard to do. There's that fight, like, where he fights himself?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I guess, but he fights himself, the main character. I mean, that would have been pretty hard to pull off. Because they did it practically. Like, they actually made the people fight backwards. They didn't do CGI.
Yeah,
That would have been pretty crazy. Like, the stunt work and everything. But, like, I thought the story was rubbish. Especially, like, the plot didn't make any sense.
yeah,
And I know, and which is funny because 90% of the movie is exposition to, like, explain what's going on. And I still don't understand it. That's because of the sound design that you explained.
yeah. That's weird. Yeah. Well, I think because like a lot of people would have thought, okay, it's a Nolan film, so it's going to be a really complicated storyline, right? Like Memento sort of thing. But then it just sort of ended up being like, what? Why? Yeah.
But you mentioned that you really liked it on first viewing. I believe you rated it 10 out of 10.
I did.
And I think that's still the case. I don't know if you've updated your rating.
I have not.
But still, 10 out of 10 originally. So what were the big things for you that you enjoyed about it? Because
Well, I
I think
don't
you
know.
liked it a lot more than I did.
Yeah, I thought the acting was really, really good. I thought it was
Really?
the production was really good. Well, the acting was as good as it could be because it wasn't about the acting, right? It wasn't really a character-based sort of film.
No.
It was all about the story, which just wasn't. It wasn't there.
Although I don't think necessarily something like Dark Knight is a character movie per se. But
Oh yeah, but
Heath Ledger was amazing in that.
Yeah, but all the stuff that happens is based off the character's actions. Whereas in this,
Yeah.
it's more
That's fair.
that just stuff happens and then the characters react to it.
Well, I mean, like, there were some that were good. I thought Robert Pattinson, like, he's been killing it recently. He's been in a lot
Yeah.
of good stuff. There was, like, that Indian chick in Tenet.
Oh yeah, the old lady.
She was awful. Like, terrible.
She was only in it for like 2 scenes.
Yeah. That's another thing. There was, like, way too much stuff going on
Yeah,
in the movie.
I didn't. Yeah, why was she in it actually?
I don't understand. I don't remember. And, like, there were characters, like, in the early part, he, like, first learns about, like, the inverted objects. And there's that chick, the scientist chick. She's in it for, like, one scene just to explain what's going on.
Yeah,
And then she never shows up in the movie again.
yeah.
Like, just all these superfluous
It would have made
characters.
more sense if they had like Elizabeth Debicki, the tall blonde woman.
Tall blonde woman. with
Yeah,
the
if she was
child.
the scientist person or something like that,
Yeah.
Where
Well,
they
it would have
actually
given
had-
her. It would have given her more purpose. Like, when you think about it, that character had no purpose.
Yeah.
If she wasn't in it, that wouldn't have affected the story at all.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another thing. Like a lot of the characters were very flat. Like they were quite one dimensional.
Yeah.
Like you literally look at, again, we can compare. I mean, a fair comparison would be something like Dunkirk. Like the characters in Dunkirk aren't that good, but that's not like the purpose of it.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of Dunkirk is just to do the situation correctly.
Yeah.
Whereas Tenet, I think it's trying to be both. There's a lot of scenes without action and they're trying to do character stuff. And like for the girl, Elizabeth Debicki, because I don't remember her character name, like Nolan's development was, I'll give her child now a good character. And that's just rubbish.
Smart man.
He is a smart man. And like the movie isn't total garbage, like we said, but I don't know. I was super disappointed. And at the moment, I would say it's probably my least favorite Nolan. Like Dark Knight Rises was also pretty bad. But there are more things in Dark Knight that I like than I do in...
Yeah, but he didn't even want to make Rises, did he?
No, I don't think so. I think he extorted it out of Warner Bros. Because they didn't want to fund Inception. Yeah. And he was like, okay, I'll make Dark Knight 3 if you give me the money for Inception. Yeah. And they were like, okay.
I mean, yeah, that's a good deal. I'll take that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, again, like, Nolan's a good director, for sure. Like, Dark Knight, Dunkirk, all that stuff are good movies. But, you know, it was definitely a letdown. And it's also kind of a shame because this, like, Tenet is the only movie that this year that's come out that's, like, a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, one of the movies that people were looking
We got
forward
James
to.
Bond.
No, it's been pushed back.
Yeah, but it's still this year, isn't it?
No. They pushed it back to next April.
Oh, I thought it was December.
No.
Okay.
They're still hoping for Wonder Woman to be December.
Wonder Woman.
That's great.
Who wants Wonder Woman? No one. No one wants Wonder Woman. That's who. Well, yeah, so the Oscars this year. Imagine if they had one for this year.
Tenet was win Best Picture.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only one. What else was released this year?
Enola Holmes.
Yeah.
That was a masterpiece.
That was pretty good. 2020. Oh, you got King of Staten Island and Invisible Man. They were both better.
Than Tenet.
In ways.
Well, I think Invisible Man was kind of underrated. Like, we both saw that together, and I thought that was a pretty good... Like, it was dumb.
Yeah.
But it was, like, a fun thing with good tension.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've seen a couple this year. I saw Palm Springs, which was great. And I saw that I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which is probably the best movie for this year. On Netflix now. Check it out. You definitely should. Makes no sense.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
I just think there's... Yeah, like this year, it's just... The only thing that you can really get out of film...
It's a write-off this year.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have to watch old stuff.
Yeah.
Or older stuff.
Yeah. This year is like the perfect time to go back and watch old movies. Because there's nothing.
Exactly. Okay. But now moving on.
Out of 10, what would you give Tenet?
I gave it 10 out of 10, but I'm thinking of sort of dropping it to maybe 7.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was pretty bad. I think, yeah, that's the lowest rating I think I've given a Nolan movie, 4 out of 10.
No.
Anyway, to a better movie, Akira by Katsuro Otomoto. Do you want to introduce that one?
Well, we both saw it because it was playing at like a cinema which is doing all these like encore films, so like old movies, like Fight Club and that sort of thing. Yeah, and so I think both of us weren't really sure about it.
No.
Before seeing it.
But I would say you would agree that both of us, for the limited films, like anime films we've seen, we've liked them all.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think there's been a bad one.
No, I mean, I want to watch more Ghibli movies than I've seen.
Yeah.
But I mean, Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away are all excellent. Princess Mononoke, that's
really good.
Probably your favorite animated movie at the moment.
Yeah.
I think it's your only 10 out of 10 animated film.
It's really good, though. Like,
And we might review that on a coming new podcast episode because that's going to be playing in theaters soon. So
Thursday.
hopefully, is it this Thursday or next Thursday?
Yeah, like next weekend.
Yeah, because we got to go. We need to check that out.
Yeah.
But Akira, introduce it. What is it about?
So it's like, post-war Japan. After there's like been some like something gone wrong in like 1981, I think it was something like that.
It was like a bomb or something. I don't know.
No, well that was Akira, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we come into like this not apocalyptic because everyone's sort of recovering, but there's still like the big as like hole from this bomb thing in the middle of Tokyo. And so we come and we like meet all the characters, and they're in like a biker gang. And I'm not going to go through the whole film because
No.
I'll end up doing that. Yeah, but it's quite good.
Essentially, one of the... Because the main characters are all part of this street gang, and one of them gets captured and gets tested on by the military and becomes like this Super Saiyan crazy, powerful guy. And I mean, one of the things I never really picked up on until like sitting here right now is you go into the movie and you actually have no idea what Akira is until like the last third of the movie.
Yeah, well, I think that's the best way to watch movies. Like, if you're able to... Imagine seeing, like, Wolf of Wall Street without watching a trailer. You don't know what's going on.
I mean, the biggest ones would be something like Fight Club.
Yeah.
You know, and you were lucky enough to watch Fight Club.
I didn't even know what was going on. Yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen.
The twist.
Yeah.
I knew the twist before I watched it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still thought it was a good
tough.
movie. That is tough. Yeah. They're sad. But, Akira, I mean, it wasn't a Ghibli.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is a very different style, though. You know,
It felt different to me. Like, comparison, like, if you compared Akira to Totoro, that would be like...
Oh, yeah, but that's
one
a
of the
completely different
weirdest
genre.
comparisons,
Yeah. It'd be more Mononoke, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, Mononoke, and what I like about Mononoke so much is it's like the only dark Ghibli movie. That and Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, there's actually tension in Mononoke. Like, and it's actually, it's a good storyline. Yeah, that's like the one thing that it sets it apart from the rest of the Ghibli ones, and I think from the animated films.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that like Japanese anime is such a unique style, so that I think like I appreciate the style of like Japanese anime more than I do something like Pixar.
Yeah,
Because
same.
Japanese anime is much harder to do.
Yeah,
Like it's all hand drawn. And I mean that's what Disney used to do when they actually cared.
Yeah.
They don't care anymore. But I mean, Akira, very impressive on a technical standpoint. I would say it had amazing sound design. Like,
yeah, it was really cool. Yeah,
really
the
good.
music was really cool.
Good movie to watch in the theater. I would say.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought the voice acting was pretty good.
yeah,
There wasn't any major things because we don't want to spoil it too much because I think it's a good movie to watch without knowing anything.
yeah.
I think I enjoyed it more than I would have if I like.
Yeah, because it's
knew
not a
what was
very
going on.
complicated sort of thing to explain what's going on, but it's just more because you don't know what's going to happen.
Well,
is the main.
To be fair, the ending was kind of complicated.
Yeah,
The
sure.
last stuff, and that was my problem with it is that the ending for me kind of fell apart
Yeah,
because I think it would have worked better as like a straightforward
yeah,
story.
yeah. Because I didn't know what was going on because it kept switching between different characters and like what was going on because they had the big big explosion and then they went into it like the three little dudes went into it and then they got the Canada dude out. Yeah.
None of this makes any sense to like.
No, but
people who haven't
it's
seen
like
it.
well, it didn't make sense to us either.
But I mean, it was because that was at the end. You know, well, I don't want to spoil it, but you know, I think they kind of do something like what's the movie? Forgetting it off the top of my head, but they try to do some like symbolism and try to make it deeper than what we thought it was. But I don't really think for that kind of movie it worked.
No, I didn't. Because
they
they
didn't really set it up like some sort of deeper meaning at all throughout the movie. Like Mononoke really clearly is making a point about industrialization.
Yeah.
And you see that throughout the whole movie. So you have the conclusion, and all of that is satisfying.
Yeah, because you have like the normal story, which doesn't really have anything to do with the industrialization, but then you've got the underlying theme of the effects on the environment.
But it works so well in Mononoke because they set it up throughout the whole time. And same thing with Spirited Away. Her parents get turned into pigs, and it's like a subtle message about greed and what have you. I mean, I don't think it is as well described in Spirited Away as Mononoke.
Yeah.
Like, the theme isn't as strongly suggested. But yeah, I mean, Akira, great movie. except for the ending, which I feel like if they had just made it more straightforward, it would have been better.
Exactly. I think if the ending was more satisfying, I don't know how they would have done that, but if it was, then it could have been a 9 or possibly even a 10. But yeah, it just wasn't there, unfortunately.
But overall, a good movie, and I would recommend checking it out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, there's obviously other movies.
It's a very beloved movie. Like a lot of people have given it 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, well I think that must be why they're playing it in cinemas.
Yeah, and I'm not, like neither of us are there, because I would give the film an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Would that be your rating?
Yeah. Well, I think there must just be some sort of cult following around it, you know?
It does seem like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's weird. Fight Club's got a lot of that too, you know. There's a lot of people who don't like Fight Club.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not even joking.
But it's not. What? It's just a good movie, though.
I know, but there's this. I want to mention this. I don't know if you've seen it at all on, because we are on Letterboxd. Go follow us on Letterboxd, people. But there's this whole thing called like the film bro movies, which are like movies that are not cool to like because they're like popular amongst like male film fans. I'm not even joking. It's this thing, and Fight Club's one of them, and that's why it's so disliked, because it's so popular. And I don't really get that, like liking a popular movie. Like Pulp Fiction is another one.
Yeah.
People think, oh, you like Pulp Fiction? That's lame.
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street is one. It was on a list.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I don't.
No, it's like people that come and say, "Oh, my favorite film is Citizen Kane," and you know, all these really old movies. It's like, no, that's not your favorite film. You know, you're just saying it because you want to be liked. It's like, no, just get out of here. Have your own like good opinion about it. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and what I find interesting, Parasite. Quickly, it's your second favorite movie of all time currently.
Yeah, but
and deservedly so. It's a great movie, no doubt. But I mean, so many people have watched it. Everyone's given it 10 out of 10. I'm surprised it's not a movie like Pulp Fiction, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, well, I think it's
where
just
people go, "Oh, you like that? You're so lame."
Well,
you know?
it could end up being like that because like now, right? Because we saw it before it was even anyone had heard of it.
Yeah, we saw it before it came out in other countries.
Yeah,
because Australia was like the first
2019.
country for some reason. Yeah, we saw it when no one heard about it.
Exactly, and then I gave it. Well, we both gave it 10 out of 10, I think, back then.
Yeah,
yeah, and now it's like it doesn't make a difference if I gave it 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's like, what's the point? Well, yeah, it's highest rated film in Letterboxd, isn't it? Yeah,
but that's the thing. I've just never understood like people who hate on like Drive, Wolf of Wall Street, Pulp Fiction, Fight Club, all of those, just because the majority likes them.
Well, I think there's
Social Network. That's another one.
It's sort of, you can say that you'd rather watch an indie film and appreciate an indie film because it's independent and it's got. You could make the argument that there's more creativity or something like that going into it. But there are a lot of blockbusters that are they're mainly for money, right?
Yeah, but I think it's not fair to like hate on someone whose favorite movie is like The Avengers, which is a very mainstream movie.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily.
Oh no, I don't think you should hate on anyone. It's just more.
Well, because people do.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Your favorite movie's Pulp Fiction.
Spit on you.
What a loser. You know,
Fair enough.
I don't get it. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's it for this week's podcast.
Wonderful. A little short,
but hey, still good. We'll hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll have a longer podcast coming.
Yes.
We just wanted to get this one out there. We're about to start shooting our next
short film.
But it'll actually not be super short.
No, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to be a 1 minute.
Hopefully not.
Film.
Anyway.
Hopefully not a 1
in
minute.
the editing room.
Yeah. We just cut it down. 30 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. So look forward to that. And yeah, look forward to more podcasts. We are beyond the film now.
Beyond the film.
Ever since we got sued by some guy in America.
Yeah. All right.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you all
for watching.
See you next time.
For listening.